Hello and welcome to the Delta T Racing Division 4 Round 3 Miami Grand Prix. I am very excited to be commentating this one as it is the first time that Division 4 has ever, well, Delta T Racing as a whole really, Division 1 also today I believe, but first time for Division 4, and that's what we're here for, has ever gone to the Miami track. Obviously new cars in Season 4 as well. I think this is going to be a very exciting race. Maybe hard to keep up on, but I will do my best for you today. Just making sure my commentary is on and live. Looks like we are. So just as a very quick catch up on the previous race before we get going, whilst all the drivers are still in the pits. Last week out, the race result finished with an ABXMT pole position, fastest lap, race win, dominant. First two races of the season he has won. Not only is that, you know, as we go on board, off board beyond done here, massive achievement. It's the first time ever in Division 4, at least, I did my research for this one, that a driver has ever won the first two races of the season. So, very big start for him. I'm sure we'll be looking to that. But as we go down the list, second was Stewart, Foxy. Rijad Markovic came third in the race, but I believe may have been demoted due to a collision with Billy down to fourth place as ERL Dave, who, I mean, I'm not too sure about the rumours, but might not be showing up too much for the rest of the season. I believe got third. Then we got Jens Hopper, pulled off a master strategy, followed by Billy after the collision, Eon Dunn, I Elliott, Bossmots, Eskelios, Swifty Ryan, Nicky Lauda, Evan and Robsu was classified despite crashing a few laps before the end. DNFs, Kai, Frax, Luca and Lil Mikey. Lil Mikey I don't think made it past one turn unfortunately. Last time out as we circle the streets around the Miami Dolphins Stadium as Eon Dunn gets ready for the first DTR Division 4 lap ever around this track. Let's go on board and see what it's like. A lot of drivers not really saying they like this track very much. I don't think I've seen anyone really say they enjoy it as Eon Dunn takes the first turn relatively well. Traction around this track quite hard to kind of gain as well. What some of the drivers are saying is a bit of a roadblock ahead there for Eon Dunn. Luckily it's cleared. As the driver goes straight on. Always a bit frustrating when there's a driver in front of you kind of taking your eye line off the racing line. Hopefully when Eon Dunn goes a touch wide there. I'll tell you something I will do, as there was an incident in Sector 1, I will put on the track map for us all there, and lap data for the moment. But they're not invalidating it, that map still to be red. Goes down the long straight here into a good overtaking opportunity, which then, hello, what world are we in? I don't know. This track, this part is completely different. Tight, narrow, twisty, this corner here, this quick left, right, insane. I've never seen anything like it, but he's actually done that quite well, taking the curb. I think it's the best way to do so. As he goes out onto the final straight here, a big sector 3, all about power. If your setup hasn't got power, as I found out whilst I was doing a few little test laps up here, you are in trouble. You want some power, which is obviously controversial for the right, as he goes into brake nicely, hitting the apex quite nicely actually indeed. Now the exit, can he find the traction in this bit? Absolutely can he. What's he going to set? Eon Dunn, 128.6. I don't have any previous kind of laps to, previous season laps to kind of compare that to. There's a 129.3 from Evan. Looks like we've got someone slowing down, McLaren. I think that's just for an overtake. Man like Donkey. Who's the next coming along? To us now. Got everyone on a lap. Just trying to find the next closest runner really. Probably Nicky Lauda, who had a solid, I think he is a solid driver. Oh actually I think Relay Luca might be coming across next, but we'll stick on with Nicky Lauda. Yeah, Lauda, good racer, I believe. I think he got a bit unlucky last year as Luca sets a 128.3. When I say last year I mean last race. See what Lauda can do, see if he can set any competitive times on the board. just behind his teammate, 129.8. Well, I say just behind on the position. Let's go on board with our championship leader here, storming it so far this season. It's actually been a very impressive drive from him. In last time out, it was crazy. He was all over, no problems at all, really, even with that safety car. Let's see what he can do coming out the final exit. If he can make it 3 wins in a row at the start of the season, he will be doing well. Although a 128.4, so behind Luca on that one. He did mention, I think, in the driver's chat prior that he is not a fan of this track at all. And to be fair, I think every driver so far that I have seen talking about this track has said, why oh why do you exist? Nevertheless, does it make it a bit more exciting though? You don't know what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to it very much. A man like Donkey, I think he missed out last week. A 139.5. I can only assume something went a bit wrong there. And then we've got Charlie F1. I think he also wasn't about last week, but he is a fairly solid driver. 129.5. Is that a Red Bull spin? I think it might have been a Red Bull having a little spin. Got Lil Mikey and Stuart Foxy on our laps. As he's just decided, you know what, I want to do this lap very quickly. Softs don't take too long to warm up, I don't think. Stuart last week made hard tyres look like softs. It was a very impressive drive from him. Getting second place. I think second in the championship also. I think he's come 5th and 2nd in the first 2 races of the season, so not bad, but to catch ABXMT, or to keep up with ABXMT, he will be wanting a win on his record so far this season. Billy, his teammate, not here today, so I'm sure that's quite a big loss for Haas and that pairing in general. But let's see what he can do. Go off board, see what the cameras are like around this track, because I've never really done commentary on it. Yellow flag sector 2, I believe it's a Red Bull just going slowly for a McLaren. Looks like he's sticking quite nicely. So difficult to not go all fours off the track there, because you want that best release you possibly can onto this windy straight with the DRS on it. So the wider you go obviously on the out, the better you just smack down through. Red Bull might span again there, sector 1. Fox Stewart goes into Monaco of Miami. Takes this weird part. I don't know what it's called. I don't think there's a turn. I mean, maybe someone could let me know if there is an actual name for that turn, because I sure don't know if there is one. I think it would be good to know. I like corners with names. Makes everything a bit better than just, oh yeah, turn this, turn that. And Stuart rounds the final turn. The final turn this, turn that. Not fine. He will go for a 128.4. So Relay Luca really set a nice little first lap there for himself. A few drivers going along. Let's see what little Mikey can do in the Red Bull. Little Mikey's been a very common occurrence. I don't know if he's not officially got a seat. He is a reserve driver, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he did get a seat officially. I'm not sure if he's driving in other divisions full time, but it's nice to have him there and have him competing constantly, taking the seat of he who shall not be named this week. Let's see. Both the Ferraris, I think. Lunatic Kai will be very upset last week because he kind of span it right into the wall, causing that late safety car and causing Jens Hoffer to do backflips due to it last week. He'll be kind of hoping to finish this race really, because I don't think he finished the race this year so far. And as Lil Mikey crosses the line with a 130.9, put him 10th. Oh, we've got Hyde 25 as well. Yeah, I think, and then Rijad Jarmoch, which actually did have a very good lap. We've got the yellow flags in all sectors at the moment. Rijad had a very good lap last time out. Not lap, race last time out. Obviously that Billy connection wasn't great, but even so, 4th place I believe 4th place. That's still a brilliant result for the Ferrari to get him off the mark for the season. Boss Mott also looked very competitive in Australia with a pole position, didn't convert it into win. I think he got 3rd place in that race, if I'm correct. And a Hyde crosses the line again. Hyde, a 128.3. Here we go. Jesus Christ, they're close at the top there, aren't they? As we follow on ABXMT, we've got, I think both Aston Martins are coming around now as well. I think we'll go on board with Boss Mott to give him a few. Rob Su's yet to come out. Rob Su, a driver that I also believe very consistent. I know from what I've seen he can be very consistent, but first couple races I don't believe working for him. Don't quote me on that one, I can't quite remember his result in Australia. I try to memorise every driver's results so I can keep you all up to date on their previous outgoings and what they've been doing on track off memory, but I can't quite remember what Rob Su did in the first race. Last time out he, I believe, came 4th, I think it was maybe, well, either way, he DNF 4 laps before the end, classified, but obviously the last classification you could get. Boss Mott's now coming round to the, I always say final turn, there's a few more turns before it, but it's the most significant turn. Great overtaking opportunity during the race, that'll be. I'm interested to see how drivers navigate that. Boss Mott's 128.3 as well. Do these drivers want to give each other a bit of breathing room? I'm sure it'd be appreciated. Let's see what ABXMT, our champion leader, let's not see what he can do as he's in the pits. And drivers coming round on competitive laps. This doesn't look very competitive. Nicky Lauda. Luca. Is he starting up? I think Luca is doing a lap, so we'll go on with him. See what he's all up to. I've basically kept everyone up to date there though. That's the big update for everyone. Riding the curve nicely there. Right, left, right, left. What corner's next? Of course we know it's the big long looping left. Gets on the accelerator about the point you want to, really, the safe point. You can get on there earlier if you want to, but you may either be launched down there at speed like you want to be, or catching your rear end as it's trying to find a wall. Let's go forward then. See that? Oh, I love that McLaren livery. I think it's the wheels, they mesmerise me, what can I say? As we go on through here, onto the last back straight. Oh, it's exciting. DTR in Miami. Who would have thought? Hopefully we get some interesting DLC tracks, maybe. Codemasters, please. Get a few more interesting races down the line as well that we may not have seen before. So far no one really, I'm not seeing anyone getting invalidated laps, so as Luca sits on 128.3 again. Stewart's about to go on a big lap. I wonder what the Ferraris and Robsu are up to. If it's a Ferrari, then they're probably still talking about the strategy for the race and have forgotten they need to qualify first. And Stuart Foxy into the pit. Most drivers in the pit, or whoa! I didn't see that. I apologise. Florian must have just set a 128.2. I was too busy looking at anyone who's not come out yet. That's a brilliant lap from Florian. Now Florian is a driver that I've had described to me, and I believe I saw on the little blog posted as for the pre-season preview blog, that Florian is a good driver, but finding the consistency is what's been killing him, really, in previous times that round. So hopefully he can find that consistency, because if he's going to set laps like that, make it a bit more, you know, the more names up there, the better. And every driver in DTR, I believe, is very fair. You know, you get wheel-to-wheel contact sometimes, but I truly believe this online racing organisation is a brilliant organisation to be racing for, genuinely. Every driver, kind. Oh! Florian spinning there on his in lap and is just Christian Horner, look away. Look away. Ah, Rijad decided, you know what, it's time. Setting the only will be setting one lap this race, I believe. Well, this qualifying session, I believe. Bit weird, but you know, each their own. Maybe it's an outstanding strategy from Ferrari. I doubt it. Okay. ABXMT warming up his tyres. Anyone on laps? Not that I can see. A lot of out laps, a lot of people going, do you know what, it's time to kick on. We'll go with Rijad as he's going to set his first and probably final lap of the session today. For qualifying. Hopefully not the race, hopefully he gets more than one lap in. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can do. I don't know if he's just heard me commentating and thought that would be a bit funny. But I really don't understand what's going on there. Okay. Who's coming around then? I think we'll have... It will be the championship leader, ABXMT, to take us around for the final qualifying lap. Well, the final burst of qualifying laps here. Easy in. Following the turn through this sector. That bit of turn there can be really difficult to find some traction on if you're not careful, but he's found it nicely. Ride the curbs, yeah. And again, absolutely. Third time lucky, he knows what he's doing. Deep in. Accelerating out of the turn. Riding the curb again. Now get the best acceleration you can. Hopefully setup's got pace on the straight. It's needed. I can't stress this enough to anyone else who's got a race coming up that is watching. Pace, power. Going into the Monaco area. High looping right. Really one of the probably the slowest turn into the bridge chicane. That's what we're going to call it. Bridge chicane. Nice. Onto the final straight here by all the palm trees. High 25 has retired. I believe he's crashed on the entry to turn 3. That is unlucky. Hopefully he won't drop too many places for his sake as ABXMT rounds the final sharp turn. Hits this final little bit of track, gets the nice traction, rides the curb for a 128 flat. Here we go. 128 flat from him. Who's next? I believe Florian's on an out lap, so I believe that Aston Martin's probably just set a final lap as well. Who we got coming around? Ian Dunn will be next. We go on board with him. Well, not on board, off board. You get me drift. Final sector, he's on a 124, 25. And I don't think there'll be much of an improvement, yeah. So Eon Dunn in 8th at the moment. McLaren coming through. Charlie into the pits, no better than 10th for him. And Luca also retiring in the pits. He's decided he's not going to do any better. Is that Florian? No, it's little Mikey coming around to set his final qualifying lap. As you see the Hard Rock Stadium there in the background. What a sight. Little Mikey with a... not much of an improvement there. And Stuart Foxy has just gone second with a 128.1. Bested by his championship rival in qualifying so far. Again, Boss Mox 128.1 again. Oh my god, just a millisecond between them. Someone please split them up before it gets too rowdy. Both Aston Martins, one Aston Martin's actually qualified, so I believe Evan probably coming around now. Evans, I think, just scraped it along the wall. Yeah, Evans. Said no thanks to this lap. So Florian will be the last to cross the line. Oh, the rear end. Said, please let me go. Florian has caught it and he will go for a... no improvement so far. So ABXMT, your pole sitter in Miami. That is 2 pole positions in a row for ABXMT. Will he be looking to make it a 3rd race win in a row? Oh dear, can anyone stop this man? He said he didn't like this track. He's a liar. This man. Alpine. Well, as I believe Evan is just getting moved into the pit. So, Lunatic Kai, Rijad Janmarkovic and Robsu all not setting laps. Don't know what the strategy is there. To be honest, to get involved in the... They think maybe they've had too many incidents in the opening lap or so, or just don't want to get involved in the front. So let's just quickly go through your qualifying order. ABXMT on pole, Stuart Foxy second, Boss Motts in third, Florian in fourth, Relay Luca fifth, Hyde 25, even though he crashed he was sixth, Evan in seventh, Eon Dunn eighth, Nicky Lauda ninth, Charlie 10th, Lil Mikey 11th, Man Like Donkey 12th, Lunatic Kai and his teammate in 13th, 14th, Robsu in 15th. Oh boy, it smells like a race. To me, look at the times from 8th, 4/10 in it. Aye. This is what we. Oh, look at that! This is exciting. I'm excited. I hope you're all excited with me, because good lord, they will. Look how close that was. Hopefully, these drivers are just that close in the race. We can get some serious, serious laps going, some serious racing underway. Just said Luca rejoined the session there. Did he disconnect? I hope not. I feel like that might be he might be struggling with connection with old Luca. Anyone supporting anyone? Feel free to just put it down in the live chat. I'll read out whatever I see. Anyone points anything out that maybe me as a commentator has not recognised, I will read it out in the chat. You can maybe say, oh yeah, Jake, this happened, I'm better than you at commentating. It's apparently this race is going to be a bit mental. It's what most people have said, so let's see what we can get going. 30 seconds to race start, unless all the drivers sort themselves out beforehand. Don't want a proper countdown and then it end on 15. Any race predictions for a race winner? Let me know. Or podium positions, maybe. I know that you've already seen it. You can't trick me. Ooh, what am I gonna go for a race prediction? Dare I say? No, I don't say. There is no bias here. As the formation lap gets set underway, ABXMT taking no time to get going there. So Stuart and ABXMT really, I think Stuart will really want to get the best of the Alpine driver in this race. He can't really afford to let him kind of gain anymore, as you see the predicted strategies there. Let's have a quick look at see what everyone's tyres are on. Come on, Jake, sort it out. What tyres are people on? So we've got mediums, the two rivals at the front. Boss Motts deciding to maybe go for starting on the hards, probably hoping for a safety car. I bet there'll be a few. Florian on the mediums, Luca on the hards, Hyde mediums, Evan mediums, Eon Dunn hards, Nicky Lauda on the mediums, Charlie on the hards, Lil Mikey on the softs. It's brave. Will it pay off? And the rest of the runners behind him, as you can see there, on the hard tyres. Okay. I wonder why. I don't know what strategy I'd prefer. I think on a track like this, you do want to get away from the group. So I'd want mediums. You don't want to be stuck in a group in these tight turns. There'll be a lot of wing damage going on. A lot of a lot of the cars will compacting up together, especially through that little bridge chicane area. The drivers do their rain dance. I don't think there's any rain predicted. I feel like I'd hope someone would have told me otherwise. But I mean, who is that? Miles back. Man like Donkey. I don't know if he's had a spin off from it, but fall in line, soldier. Right, you've seen the tyres. At the end of lap 1, I'll give you a little position change, so you can all see who's where. But for our 15 Division 4 DTR drivers, It's time to line up on the grid for the start of the Miami Grand Prix. Any disqualifications that you might see here isn't actually a disqualification of the race, it's just poor parking. Sorry Evan, sorry Charlie, sorry Kai. Wasn't meant as an insult. See all the drivers lining up here as we will go on board. I hope there's a better broadcast shot than this, maybe of all the drivers at the front. Why? Oh right, that was weird. 3, 2, 1. Lights are out and it's time to go as Boss Mots gets a brilliant start there on the hard tyres. A few changes at the grid, let's have a look. Stewart covers off Boss Mots, looks to go around the outside. ABXMT covers that though, and they all make it through at the front there. I think Nicky Lauder's just dropped a few positions as they all come round. Just given on board both Alfa Romeos. Oh, here's the pack. Round they go through this first chicane. Aston Martin's attacking the Alpha Tauri there of Rob Su, who's had a tremendous start. He was last on the grid. Brilliant start from the driver. ABXMT has already decided enough is enough and has lost the rest of the pack. I mean, oh good lord, and good for it. Aston Martin's absolutely hassling the Alpha Tauri there as they all come through. 3 wide almost. Rob Su sticking his neck in there though. Will he give room? No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. As all the drivers come through. Alfa Romeos found themselves a lovely bit of space there to maybe just break away from the pack. Evan hassling. Lunatic Kai hassling Lil Mikey. And have we got some wing damage there from... no, not that I can see. Let's go down this main straight here. Is Boss Mots 1.7. I don't know what's going on with the timings for... not Boss Mots, ABXMT 1.7. I don't know what's going on with our timings for Boss Mots and Florian here as Lunatic... as Rob Su gets overtaken by Lauder. ABXMT fastest lap of the race. Evan and Lil Mikey exchanging places. Oh, it's close. Man like Donkey sinks to the bottom. In the background there, we have Jan Markovic, Rijad pass. Get involved with some of the closer battles here at the start. I don't know what's going on with some of the times. It seems to think that some drivers are 1 minute behind. I'm really not sure what's going on there. That is not useful. Maybe if I turn the interval off and on, will it forget? Nope, don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that for anyone watching. Florian closing in on Stewart. And Boss Mots behind. Let's have a look at the end. Well, midway through this lap, position changes. Rob Su, the big winner here, up 7 places. Biggest loser is Relay Luca, actually losing 4 spots. I mean, these front 6 really have broken away from the rest of the pack. It's kind of crazy, actually, like they're broken away. As we go on board with Evan making a move on Luca, mediums on hard. Luca covering the inside as best he can. Tries to put the squeeze on, but those mediums will be loving life. DRS is enabled as Boss Mots. Oh, look, Hyde here. Battle for the podium. Florian, Hyde, Boss Mots, and I'm sure Eon Dunn will be looking to get involved in this very shortly. Turn off the position change for now. Now with DRS on, you'd assume, did Florian get DRS? I bet he hoped so, he did. Stewart will not be a fan. Stewart will not be a fan at all of that. He closes that gap, huge gap that he closes. Evan with DRS, will he be making a move or is he going to play safe? Plays it safe for now. Smart, as everyone's kind of finding their place on the grid for the start of the Grand Prix. ABXMT has decided his place is in Division 2. He's trying to find another division over there. Unbelievable start from him. Sector 2, yellow flags. Little Mikey looks like he's had a bit of an incident. I don't really want to... Whoa! I think Little Mikey and Man Like Donkey perhaps having a little come together. Luca has left the session. I'm guessing that's a disconnect, unfortunately. Evan up on Rob Sue. Do they want to decide who's where? It's good driving from both drivers, to be fair, to keep it clean. Has Evan lost the DRS? He has. Rob Sue with a brilliant move to get that position back. Florian really on the hassle now. I feel like the setup he's got seems to be a bit worse off in that windy section, but not by much. But this bit here, based off of what I've seen, Luca kind of can move on Luca, is a absolute gold mine in pace. I mean, look, he's not even got the DRS yet. There you go. He's going to make this move look like a piece of cake, probably, for Stewart. Oh, hello. No, they're still side by side. Stewart. Ah, good move from Florian. Great move from Florian. Evan up on Rob 2 again. These two need to stop battling. It's brilliant. We love it. But for their own races, look how much gap they're losing to Lauder there. Up ahead, Stewart. Doesn't look like his setup's got the pace you'd really be expecting him to catch, as I think Lunatic Kai... No, Rijad had an incident there. Rijad had an incident and has found himself back at the back. Oh, here comes Stewart. He wants to regain that second place. Both drivers on the mediums, I believe. Florian just keeping the place. Stewart wants that place. Great driving from both drivers, and Stewart takes the place round the outside. Once again, both Alfa Romeo drivers absolutely laughing as they are cruising up to both of these other drivers. Bossmott's lost a few positions there. I didn't quite catch what happened there, but he's down in 6th. As the McLarens having a bit of a fight there. Interesting. Let's go back on board with Florian, who might not actually... Yeah, no, he's decided better of it this time round. Oh, as he goes a bit deep there. And Hyde says thank you very much. Charlie getting the move done on his teammate Luca there. We follow this train of cars battling for second place. I'm glad that the pace of qualifying is actually equal in the race, as well as Florian now. Not quite gaining, as I'm sure he would like to be, going into this little area here. Oh, I think there's a bit of a bump in the back there from Hyde on... Oh! Oh! That is Florian in the wall after a collision with Hyde. What's Florian? Oof! This is not good for Florian. Obviously, he wants to get back on track, but he needs to be mindful of other drivers. I'm not too sure about that incident personally. I thought that looked... I don't really know. It could have either been a racing incident or Hyde's fault. It just depends on what Florian was doing, really, whether he was turning in or not and catching Hyde out. But Hyde's just got to drive now like it didn't even happen, really. You've got to shake those kind of things off on your head. But when you've got Bossmott behind you, that is no easy feat. Gives Stewart some breathing room, though. He goes further back. Will Bossmott be trying anything? Did Hyde get any wing damage? By the pace of the driver on the medium tyres, I would guess that maybe Hyde has got some damage from that anyway. As Bossmott... I mean, Hyde keeps it in there, to be fair to him. If he hasn't got wing damage, then fair play to him. I was just surprised by how easily the hards were catching up with the mediums there. But as he shoots away there, to be fair to him. Any close battles? The McLarens tussling with each other. No damage from the back three, I'm guessing. Otherwise you'd think they would have pit. Bossmott's. just losing touch with Hyde a bit at the moment. Well, Luca's just decided to try put a sticker move on his teammate again. Easton McLaren's really battling for that final position. None of the team orders there. Sector 1, yellow flag, I believe. Who is that we had a yellow flag for? I'm not too sure. Everyone looks like they're still driving. Maybe Boss Mots, because actually Nicky Lauda has taken him. Florian in the pits after his incident, obviously. Had to do a whole lap. Very frustrating for him. As the race kind of settles down now onto lap 7, Rijad 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So there's one thing that he does need to do, is cut out that. He had a bit too many of those, I believe, in Australia. Or maybe pre-season France, I might be thinking of. Boss Mots right on the gearbox of Nicky Lauda. Seems like the other drivers get a bit better traction. I mean, not much there. Let's see what the Mercedes can do on the Aston Martin. We'd believe it would be a fairly nice move just down the inside. Squeeze him to the wall. Exit. Nicely done. Nicky Lauda going to fight back. Will he have it in him? I mean, this straight's not huge. It's not an easy one to... Yeah, I don't think Nicky Lauda will be fighting back there, frankly. Lunatic Kai catching up to Evan there in the Aston Martin. Robsu not far behind him after his good start. Closest gap really is still Nicky Lauda and Boss Mots, who I did say before Nicky Lauda, he has got decent pace when he wants to use it. I don't think it might just be a consistency issue. But at the moment he is 6/10, so he will be basically the only driver within DRS at the moment. Will he close? Not here, he won't. Maybe down the back straight if he is lucky. Giving you a few stats there. Florian has already made his stop. The tyres there. You'd think the softs for Lil Mikey would be going on. Is that Florian out of the pits on the hard tyres? Oh, that is frustrating. That is very frustrating. Those hard tyres, not the easiest to make work in his defence. As Lauda catches some DRS there. Will he make a move? Not quite. Will Lunatic Kai think about perhaps making a move? As he goes a bit deep. Don't think Nicky Lauda will be catching. I don't think Kai will be catching either. Great start for Kai as well, actually. I say Robsu Kai also making some good progress despite not setting a qualifying time. I mean, go on board with your leader here. ABXMT looking to make it 3 rings from 3. It'd be a brilliant start to this division. It seems so close. It just makes it look a bit easier. As he rounds into the Monaco section. Nicky Lauda. Still staying in the DRS, but not quite. He's not quite finding himself at the point he needs to be to overtake. Whereas Kai getting to that level, a little bump in the back. I'm sure it wasn't meant. It's just a little outbreak himself. I believe I just saw Lil Mikey go into the pits there. So both Red Bulls had a bit of a stinky time. Now let's have a look at the Ferrari driver on the Aston Martin. I believe the mediums might just be giving a bit more pace at the moment than the hards, but I'm sure it won't be long till there is a fade. Lil Mikey probably actually pitting because he was on the soft tyres, now that I remember, and they would have run their course. He's gone for mediums, maybe hoping for a bit of an incident of sorts. There you are. Kai looks close, but he's just tucking himself in there. Relay Luca on Robsu as well. I think the hard compound tyres are becoming the tyre, slowly becoming the tyre to be on as we follow Lunatic Kai and Evan. I mean, is he going to make a move down the inside of here? No, he's going to stick wide, give himself a better launch down the DRS as we follow him on the helicopter camera. I do like this camera. Well, I'm sorry. I guess I don't get to see it for too long. Thanks, TV directors. And Lunatic Kai putting the moves on Nicky Lauda, saying thank you very much. I'll take that. Although, just giving him also a bit of a shove, saying no, you're not taking this position back off me. Not Nicky Lauda, sorry, that was Evan. Nicky Lauda is further up the road, pursuing Boss Motts. The top four are really running their own race at the moment. Boss Motts is getting pursued by Lauda, and then Kai now past Evan. I have to say, I think those mediums might be running their course a bit. Now, Luca. Oh, yellow flag sector 3. I heard the crunch. Who was it? It's the Ferrari, Lunatic Kai. Oh, he will be very frustrated with that after the brilliant start he had. It seems once again Kai has had an incident. It's not the name he really wants to be making for himself. Not the thing I want to be calling him out on, but consistent incidents. They're noticeable. As Luca looks to make moves on Rob Sue. No moves going to be made till the straight, but he's thinking about it. Trying to offset his line a bit there to the straight. Don't know if that was the best idea from Luca. His teammate not far behind either. Luckily, because of the length of this DRS straight, he might still be in with a decent shout of overtaking. Not just a decent shout, he has done a very good job of that. Maybe he can help his teammate Charlie after their earlier scrap. Maybe he decides actually a bit of a hold-up game. As coming down the main straight now, Boss Motts has very quickly caught up to Hyde. Once again, Hyde on the mediums, Boss Motts on the hard, and Boss Motts also losing Nicky Lauda, another driver on the mediums. I think those mediums might be screaming and shouting earlier than expected for a few of the medium runners. As Boss Motts looking again to get an overtake done. Look further down the line, Rob Sue on Luca. Don't know why I said that in an Australian style accent. Luca makes sure to cover yellow flag sector 2. I believe that's another Red Bull. Yes, the Red Bull of Florian coming very friendly with the walls of Miami in this race. Obviously one of the good win. Yellow flag for an Aston Martin. Nicky Lauda. The consistency just needs to click in for a few drivers on the grid. If they had that extra bit of consistency, they would be much higher at the standings. As Boss Motts tries to make a move. Sound like a cow there, but he's done the job very nicely. Yellow flag sector 3. I think Florian has just, guessing where he's on the track, has just driven headfirst into a wall and caused a full course safety car. Yeah, I don't see how else he's ended up there unless he's just accelerated full pelt into a wall. So we've got a safety car, ladies and gentlemen, to really spice it up. Might have actually come at the perfect time for a few of the medium runners. The hard runners will not be too thankful, I don't imagine. Although Eon Dunn is going to come in on the hard. I believe, will most drivers come in on the hard? Interesting. I guess you kind of have to come in at this point. There's not much advantage to staying out as all the drivers dive into the pit. Oh. Is that a wing change for Boss Motts? Might lose out to Hyde here, and yep, Hyde has overtaken Boss Motts in the pit. Basically every driver's coming to the pit. Hyde 3 second time penalty for cutting corner. That's a bit silly. He was having a very good race there. Wow, ABXMT will be, I can only imagine, annoyed. He basically had this race under his own control. He was deciding all the shots, calling all the shots. Until this safety car was caused by the Red Bull of Florian here. Lap 13 of 29, so I imagine by the time the safety car's kind of done a lap, we'll be halfway through this race. These are the standings halfway through the race. So we have a look at what all the tyres. Positions changed. Rijad Jalmarkovic up 10 spots. I believe he got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. He also didn't pit. So whether he's leaving those cars to the very... Has he pit? No. He will be begging for another safety car basically, otherwise his race will be in tatters. So realistically the biggest winner so far is Rob Stu up 7 places. The biggest loser, well outside of Florian who's currently DNF, is Luca losing I believe at 5 places. So ABXMT hards, Stewart hards, Eon Dunn mediums. Ooh, it's a long stint on the mediums. Rijad 12 lap hards and also Payne as well. Hyde hards, Bossmots mediums, Evan hards, Robsu mediums, hards, rest medium. This has helped Lunatic Kai given that he had that incident and he's now on the mediums. I will say the drivers on the hard tyres at the moment are probably loving it a bit better. They've probably got more chance of making it to the end of the race, excluding Rijad, who is on the 12 lap old hards. So I would say ABXMT, Stewart, Hyde and Evan and Nicky Lauda, they might struggle at the start of this the restart period, but the rest of the drivers who are on the medium compound tyres will have a very good start, but towards the end of the race, will those mediums last 15 laps? Given that you could actually quite visibly see a lot of the medium drivers, like Hyde for example, were just being run ragged by Bossmots before the safety car, when Bossmots was on the hard. So I do think maybe after 12 laps, those medium tyres fade a bit. At least straight line wise, but I'd imagine that would be the same for the turn, wouldn't you? This has brought everyone back in the race. There are no lapped cars needing to like get involved. I believe the safety car would be in at the end of this lap. ABXMC just needs to keep his cool. Not hit the back of the safety car. I wouldn't get that close, but he's a brave boy. Little Mikey just needs to rejoin and he will be... I'd imagine the safety car would be in this lap. If it's not, I'd be surprised, but you wouldn't think they'd call it this late. Maybe not this lap then. Maybe next lap we'll get another lap under the safety car. If it called it this late, there'd be a scrap. Okay, DTR's first appearance in Miami in this division, and it has been a decent race so far. A lot of changes, a lot of on-track action, at least I can say that much. A few spins, but realistically the battle for the lead has been dominated by this man here, ABXFT. And I'm sure he'll be looking to keep it that way. 3 wins from 3 at the start of the season would be a huge way to start your season. A big stamp basically on the title that you're reaching out for it for the first hand. Stewart will need to be looking to put a stop to that. ABXMT cannot continue to dominate in the way he has been really, without some sort of intervention. If anyone wants to start winning, there's that fake pull. God, I don't know if anyone else saw the real race, but why? Just put some little water in there, make it a bit cool, like an actual swimming pool or something, like the Monaco one. Why fake water? What is going on with Bill Mikey? I haven't been paying attention to the Mikey because I've been waiting for the safety car to restart, so that's on me. But he finds himself consistently further back. Is he spinning on the hards? Under the safety car. Love having Mikey here, he always feels in the spot. But maybe this just isn't the compound for him at the moment as he joins up with the back of the grid. Now, if the safety car restart doesn't happen... Yep, cheers, camera. If the safety car restart doesn't happen now, I don't know when it will. Medium compound drivers actually loving this, though, because, you know, they could probably extend the safety car in this lap. Okay. This is rather juicy as the drivers do their dance to signify how happy they are to be in Miami and in Delta T Racing. Joking, they're warming up their tyres. Right, let's see when ABXMC decides to restart. Will it be out of this corner? Oh. Now, he's gone. Stewart behind him. Did a good job of keeping up with him. Yellow flag, sector 3. Who's round? I dare not. Oh! Eon Dunn gets a time penalty for cutting corner. Eon Dunn also. Oh, he's had a bit of a sticky start to that one. As his Alfa Romeo teammate will be looking to get away. Bosmont's making an overtake on the Ferrari of Rijad Jan-Markovic there, who really doesn't need to be getting involved in any of this fighting, to be honest. It's not, this race is not really his battle at all. He's kind of forced himself into that situation on those old tyres. As we've got Hyde going for a move on his teammate. Will his teammate allow it? No, he tries to switch back. Hyde making the move. Oh! I didn't see that. I heard the collision. I believe Bosmont and Rijad did have contact there. I heard the banging from the cars. I couldn't obviously catch it, so I don't know who's at fault or what. We'll have to see that. Rijad losing place to Lil Mikey as well. Stewart then. He's the Alpine driver in his sights. So we've got a bit of a queue there in the middle. I mean, the McLaren drivers have basically been attached to each other this whole time. Bosmont's losing a bit of a gap to the top 4, which they now need to due to the Alfa Romeos getting those time penalties. Stewart keeping in touch though, as he did last time on the hard compound tyres in Spain. I don't know if anyone remembers it who watched it, but as Robsu there goes in, I mean, Evan on the hard, like I said, the medium tyre will have a big advantage in, I'm going to say, the first like 6 laps of this restart, but when it comes to it, the hard tyres will be a lot more better towards the end. Yeah, Stewart last time out in Spain really made those hard tyres work for him, even though ABXMT or softs maybe. Yeah, Stewart basically was like, do you know what, these are my softs. It was really impressive drive from him on those tyres. Nearly got driver of the day from me. As Robsu's about to make a move. I know the Alfa Romeo is about to make a move as well. I'm trying to catch both. I choose Alfa Romeos because they're further ahead. And Hyde makes a move. Robsu also making a move. Nicely done. Oh, we've got a spinner. Luca round. Not for the first time this race. As Man Like Donkey promoted up into the points. Both the McLarens. Luca's retired on track. Oh no. Rijad. Looks like Rijad just drove straight into Luca. VSC deployed, I believe. VSC. Kind of hard to tell. Sometimes drivers get a bit too risky and put themselves in that situation. Sometimes drivers, even though they see yellow flags, just keep bombing it through the sectors because they don't want to lose time, and that could be their own cost. This is quick, is it not, for a bloody full course safety car? Full course VSC. So after the, I mean, won't really show after the restart. Lauda has left the session after an unfortunate DNF for him. Drive through penalty for speeding under VSC for Robsu. No! Robsu's just, that is, yeah, I hate to see it. I really do. Not from a driver like that after having such a good race. That kills his race, basically. Robsu will need a miracle now, really, to score any sort of points. A miracle in the shape of a Mercedes AMG safety car. 11 laps left then. Stewart is actually still making those hard work for him. Stewart loves the hard compound tyres, is something I've come to see, as Robson making a good move, even though he's just got that penalty on relay. Luca, I believe one of the Ferraris has just gone around. Ferraris once again having a nasty race. This middle pack is close, led by Evan. Stewart. DRS for Stewart now. Oi. Alfa Romeo's behind. Trying not to get tangled up in each other, but they basically are just giving Boss Motts time to come back at him. I think maybe either ABXMT does not like the hard compound tyre, or Stewart bloody loves it. Because he's just, like I said last week, on those compound tyres, he was absolutely insane. These Alfa Romeos, if they are working as a team, really need to pick, because Boss Motts is laughing at the thought of what they're doing right now. There's there's big train, really. Stewart, I mean, look at him go. He needs this win, I think. Hyde, another time penalty. Silly from the Alfa Romeo to battle, really. Stewart, then, let's keep on board with this battle for the lead. Robsu, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Lunatic Kai fastest lap in the Ferrari on the soft. Go on board with Stewart here. I believe that Alfa Romeos might have just had contact again. I feel like I heard some. We'll quickly look around, see any movement. No, that train has stayed the same. As I move back on board with Stewart, who got a tiny bit of a better launch. Looks like the straight line speed's not really working for him. Stewart maybe could deploy some more. You'll see there on his wheel. Maybe could deploy some more just to get himself up there as the Ferrari. Oh, Stewart, bloody hell. As the Ferrari's gone for another spin. Evan making a move on Robsu. I don't really want to keep my eyes off the lead here just in case something happens, but at the moment it kind of looks like it's calm. I say calm, I mean look at the gap, that's insane. As relay Luca, Robsu goes into service drive-through penalty, giving this group a bit of space. Go off board now. Rijad Markovic, 3-second time penalty again. God, this battle I believe will be a season-long battle, also including It's Billy on occasions as well. Obviously here today, the other Haas driver for us. But these two drivers do have pace, and I would love to see them battle more often. As Luca level with Evan. Oh! I'm surprised there's no wheels that have come off there. That is insane. I feel like that might have been on Luca, basically just forced Evan into the wall, no regard for the other driver. Luca might be in a bit of trouble there. Charlie says, cheers, mate, as that incident goes by. Stewart now, as we go focus back on with him, he is really looking to close that gap. Now he's looking, ooh, thought about it, might compromise his line of touch. I'll be surprised if Luke hasn't got wing damage of any sort here. Boss Motts looks like he's closing as well. Oh, Boss Motts is really closing on the Alfa Romeo. Mediums versus hards at this stage as well, whilst the mediums are still looking good. Only one winner really. And with Eon Don having that time penalty, Boss Motts looks like he might have found himself, even though despite a rough start, he might find himself still where he wants to be. Stewart still not giving an inch of space to ABXMT, really making sure that everything has to be perfect for both these drivers. ABXMT's found a touch of a few tenths there, which in this battle at the moment is valuable. It seems to be around 4.5 to 5 tenths is the usual gap between these two drivers at the moment. I think Stewart has got a decent amount of ERS left, so he might be looking to just get a moment where he's close enough to use that overtake button. Boss Motts now. I mean, like I said, oh, Boss Motts, no! Unnecessary spin for Boss Motts. Unnecessary spin for Boss Motts puts him in the wall. Hopefully no damage for him, but that gives the Alfa Romeos a lot of breathing room at the moment. Stewart, back on board with Stewart now, trying to keep up with the lead of this race, actually the closest two cars on track. With 8 laps remaining, basically. No lapped cars at the moment, because like I said, this race has basically been very close. Oh, hold on a second, is Stewart going to think about a move? Not this time round, although he is very close. He's hassling Lee there, he's hassling Luca in the pits after that incident. We could see a move done here on this next DRS straight. This is the closest I think Foxy has been, the closest Stuart Foxy has been in this point. Usually he's about 5 tenths, but he's made it, he's put it under 5 tenths now. There's DRS. No overtake mode that I can see. Sector 1, yellow flag. Boss Motts again has spun. Stewart, very close. Boss Motts, that is so rough for his race after racing very well, qualifying well, but oh dear. Look on the back. ABXMT, don't look in your mirrors. Stuart Foxy, he knows he needs this win. You can't let ABXMT get a 3rd win without properly challenging, and boy is he doing that. He did the same in Spain as well. The gap between these two drivers not good. I think ABXMT maybe went a touch wide there. He did, he's not had the best launch. I think his setup might just have a bit better straight line speed. Is Stuart going to go for it? No, not this time. Stuart, very patient driver. Boss Motts on his teammate there, saying no thank you. I do think that around that little bit there, the leader does have a slight advantage. Obviously the leader's not got any, I know these cars don't have to worry so much about the airflow coming off, but even still it's existing, the dirty air as they call it. Stuart gaining, patient again is Stuart. Where can I, we've got, I'm just getting up his telemetry here. It's got 52% battery. ABXT has 80. So really, they are preserving it. There you go. It's just a touch of usage, really. Very gentle with the usage, as you can see. Gets the DRS. And I think so. ABXMT uses a lot more of his deployment on the overtake button and his energy than Stuart on the straight. Stuart kind of only caps it, uses a percent. ABXMT saves throughout and then deploys quite a lot through down the straight, which is working at the moment. For now, I mean, how much closer do you want a race to be? Oh, grazing the wall a bit there. Maybe a bit too focused on the driver in front. He is close though. Yellow flag, sector 3. I think it's Man Like Donkey and Rob Seuss spins. Let's go back on board with the leaders. I don't really want to... Please stop causing action everywhere else. I want to keep on board with the leaders as they are battling it out. This could be a season-long battle, like I said. Not quite close enough this time. He's much later on the brakes, is Rob Sue. Not Rob Sue, Stuart. Sorry, because I was just talking about Rob Sue. Rob Sue's in the pits. Grazing the wall again, Stuart. Not... Ooh. Oh. I thought he was going to spin there. And to the leader. Lunatic Kai with another fastest lap. The gaps are basically fairly split now, apart from this one here, on board with the leaders with 5 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. What a first Grand Prix it has been here in Miami, in Division 4. Next week, I believe we've got the first sprint race in Austria. I don't think I'm going to be able to commentate that one. I am probably on the way in France. So when I say I don't think, I mean I definitely won't be able to commentate that one. So hopefully the stand-in keeps all up to date. I'll give them the news. Sector 1, yellow flag. Charlie, no! Oh, he's worked his way up. A lot of drivers at the moment seem to be falling under the pressure. They're working their way up. They've all been working their way up heavily. And they're just kind of losing it and ruining a lot of their race. I mean, Lil Mikey is 8th. Not something I expected to see. Stewart looked for a move there. But yeah, Lil Mikey up into 8th. Obviously really well worked. I don't think I was expecting it after the start of the race he had. But fair play to that driver there. The reserve driver. Stewart now. Can he just close that gap? Both drivers very cautious on using their deploy. Stewart close. Very close. Very, very close. This is not an overtaking spot though. This is, I mean it is, but it's not, if you get what I mean. Like, it's not the one that you want to be at. You want to be this close. Really at the end of sector 2 or end of sector 3. Oh, a bit of a wobble there, maybe XMT. 4 laps to go here. Stewart hunting this first win of the season. Rijad, 3-second time penalty. Oh, that wasn't the most amazing entry into that corner. Actually, I tell a lie. He's absolutely done really well there. This could be the chance. He's closing, he's closing. AVXMT uses his deploy to get away from him. Stewart still not using that deploy. Could he push a move here? No, not quite. I don't know, maybe Stewart's doing a bit of a MotoGP strategy. I don't know if anyone watches that really, where a lot of drivers in that, you know, you kind of measure, you watch a guy's lines, you measure him and you wait until it's towards the end of the race to make your move so that you don't have a chance to come back at you. Maybe that's what Stewart is thinking right here. The only issue I can see with that strategy is that ABXMP is also saving quite a lot of his deploys. So anything that Stewart deploys, basically ABXMP will also be able to deploy, and I believe ABXMP has that better straight line speed set up out of the 2 drivers. Yeah, look, Stewart once again just kind of letting him know you're there. Stewart does seem to get very close through this wibbly wobbly straight commentary sector. Oh, I say that. The commentator's cursor touch, he did lose a bit of time there. Maybe flowing in the dirty air. I mean, he has been doing it for so long. Thank God this I mean, in real life this engine's a Ferrari engine, so it'd probably be up in smoke by this point with the wear it's had on it. Charlie still finds himself in 7th, that's nice. Boss Mott closing down on Evan, who's had a good race as well. I've basically just been on board with Stewart for the last portion of this race. There we go. Look, once again, Stewart's grazing that wall. Needs to be a bit more cautious, really. Oh. Boss Mott's making a move work on Evan there. Fair play to him. So, coming up to the last 3 laps of the race. Sector 1 yellow flag for Rob 2, I believe. Yeah. Both Alfa Romeos, I just say, having a really good race for a weekend for them, picking up some big points. Stewart now, I mean, he's been lining up this move. He's not even really made an attempt on it. He's been lining up this move for about since the safety car restart, really. It's just been pure pressure. I mean, great driving from both drivers to keep up the the lap times really that they have been keeping up. It's brilliant. As we've got Evan there chasing. I mean, look how close he is. Don't think Keith's driver can get much closer. Is this the time for the move? Oh, not yet. Stewart's pushing him along. I can't believe he's not gone for a move there, but like I said, maybe just be waiting for this final lap that's coming up so that he can say, do you know what? You can't get me back. But it's risky, because if he's going to need a perfect lap here, that was a brilliant chance for a move, I feel. That Stewart has just let fly by, but let's see what he's thinking here. As we come on to the final lap of the race. Boy, what a race it's been, especially for these two front runners. A great rivalry blossoming. I mean, look, ABXMT going to the inside there. I think that's the first time that we've really seen him kind of show a bit of, like, show his hand a bit and say, you know, not right now, not on the final lap. Oh boy, I'm standing up. Oh! I mean, just watch it. Here at the Miami Grand Prix. Drink it in. As we go on board for the final time on this straight, this is a brilliant overtaking opportunity. Both drivers deploying so much. Is Stewart going to go for a move? ABXMT covers the inside. Stewart looks round the outside. Stewart sticks it in. Still side by side, these two drivers. Brilliant racing. And ABXMT comes out on top. Final straight, sector 3, ABXMT, we know he has the traction and setup. I think he might have it because of the setup that he had. Coming down the final straight. Stewart has not gone for a move, he's pushing him along. And that looks like it is a big win for ABXMT. Not faltering under the pressure for Stewart. Very well done to him. Both Alfa Romeos crossing the line to take. Eon Dunn takes third place. Hyde takes fourth. Evan. Now the next driver to cross the line. What a race. Evan now the next driver to cross the line in fifth. Bosmot sixth. Charlie now in the McLaren. Good race from him to get seventh. I think he was actually higher up, had a little spin, but I'm sure he'll be happy to take seventh place. Lil Mikey recovered very well from his poor start to the race. Looks like he's going to cross eighth place there. Relay Luca, ninth, and final point position to Mamo Donkey. I believe that's the second time he's done 10th. Second point finish. Rijad, 11th place. Rob Sue in 12th it will be, unless something really dramatic happens. And in our final points position, once Rob Sue crosses the line, there you go. Final points position is the Ferrari of Lunatic Kai, who once again just had an incident-filled race, which I'm sure as he crosses the line will not be happy with. But there we go for the Miami Grand Prix, the DTR Miami Grand Prix. Eon Dunn driving today according to the game. I'll have to look at that after that. As I decide who my driver of the day is going to be. As we see ABXMT taking his third win of the season, extending that history-breaking record he's got of winning every race from the start of the season now. Stewart second, Eon Dunn sitting third there. Both Alfa Romeos had a very good race. As we see the celebrations in Miami. Brilliant driving from the front two, though. I have to say that might have been some of the best the most exciting stuff I've seen from both drivers keep that pace from the start of the safety car to the end. Ireland on top. So yeah, ABXMT, Stewart, Eon Dunn, Hyde, Evan, Boss, Mott's, Charlie, Lil Mikey, Relay Luca, Man Like Donkey rounding up points with Rijad, Robsu, Lunatic in the rest of the classified positions. Nicky Lauda, Florian, only drivers not to finish. I think I will give Eon Dunn driver of the day in general, actually. Just a general clean race, good racing, and obviously making up positions to get himself up on the podium. But that's all for now from DTR Season 4, Division 4, Round 3 at Miami. We'll see you soon.